Hello, everybody. The 2024 United States Bridge Championships are coming up at the beginning of May. Every year they're in early May, and where we play the trials to become the U.S. national team. And I'm getting ready, getting excited for the tournament. I was thinking back to old hands from past tournaments, and this is a hand that I played that I love that I never shared with you guys. But it might be a little bit advanced for some people, but for the advanced players, you're going to think it's really cool because I'm like a little pat myself on the back because this was a cool, unique, creative play that I made. So they led the King of Diamonds. So the auction was I opened one heart from south or west rather, but the bottom hand, and Cran jumped to four hearts. So we simple auction one heart, four hearts, and we played it there. And the opponents led the King of Diamonds, and four hearts on the surface, it's actually completely a defensive problem. I have two diamond losers and a club loser, and basically, as long as the opponents knock the ace of spades out quickly, there's nothing I can do to avoid the four losers: spade, club, and two diamonds. But if they don't knock out the spade, then I can use the queen of clubs to force out the ace, and then use the king of clubs to discard my four of spades. So there's urgency. They got to get a spade on the table very, very quickly. But this isn't a play problem. Why am I showing you my perspective? So I found a really, really cool false card, and so. They led the king of diamonds, and Joe gave the ten of diamonds, saying, I don't like it. They were playing upside down. And now Brad thought for a really long time, and during that time, while he was thinking, I had time to think of this false card that I made. He now cashed the ace of diamonds, which was pulling dummy's last diamond. And so what I knew he was trying to do from Joe is he was trying to get Joe to give him suit preference in the diamond suit. So he knows that Joe's got some diamonds to choose from, and let me just actually shift this perspective. I'm going to show this to you from now from the defensive perspective, if I can and kibitzing, and now you can see. So I got to play through. It went King of Diamonds lead, Ten of Diamonds by Joe discourage, and now the Ace of Diamonds, and now Joe has to is giving his partner suit preference, but Joe just has two diamonds to pick from, the nine and the four, and so he's not really sure. He's got something in spades, something in clubs, but he decides with the Ace of Clubs sitting over the dummy that he was better off telling his partner, I like clubs. So he played his low diamond. But Brad knows that Joe's only got two diamonds, probably or possibly. So he knows he's still not 100% sure if he's supposed to play a club or a spade. But this is the false card that I made, and I dropped the queen of diamonds under the ace. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to give Brad the illusion that Joe actually had more diamonds to pick from. So imagine Joe had the 8-7 of diamonds. So I'm going to back it up. I'm going to show you. So Joe started with 10-9-4, but imagine he had 10-9-8-7-4. So first he would play the 10 to say, I don't like it. But then when he's giving suit preference, he would have four cards to choose from: the 9, the 8, the 7, and the 4. And when you're giving suit preference and you have four cards to choose from, when you play the really extreme ones, like the lowest one or the highest one, it screams to partner, play that suit. And so what Joe, if he had more diamonds to choose from, the 4 would have said, I've got the ace of diamonds, ace queen of clubs, partner. Just play a club for sure. But Joe obviously was just picking, but when I played the Queen of Diamonds, I made it look like Joe had four to choose from. Not that he played the second lowest one, not that he played the third lowest one. He played the absolute lowest one. So now, after I dropped the Queen of Diamonds, Brad very quickly played the Jack of Clubs out of his hand, and sure enough, and I that was enough, because now that the ace of clubs was gone, the king could drop. And I this is one of my favorite hands. It was like a nothing hand, but Brad thought for long enough before cashing the ace of diamonds that I actually had this thought: okay, if he cashes the ace of diamonds, he's going to give him suit preference. If he plays the lowest diamond, I'm going to drop the queen. It's because it will only work because Joe's other diamond, the diamond that he was giving suit preference with, was the lowest diamond, so that I was able to show that Brad, like, yes, he did play the lowest of four. I thought that was such a cool hand. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to be watching. It's one of the best events to watch of the year, because every card is true. Everybody's playing on a tablet, so that you know that the cards you see on ViewGraph are spot for spot correct. It's just a blast to play in. I'll see you guys soon.